Traditional history education reduces complex reality to a single, flat line. It archives dates, but it creates a fragmented view of spatial context. Students memorize isolated dates and locations, a battle here, a treaty there, without grasping the geographic and economic mechanics that shaped those events. This results in causality blindness. High-budget documentaries passively narrate outcomes, while gamified VR applications prioritize immersive visuals over academic rigor. Neither addresses the analytical deficit found in advanced research. To master the past, historical events must be treated as data strata. History is an environment that requires mining, cross-referencing, and forensic auditing. Understanding the past requires navigating an interconnected web of spatial and temporal relationships, shifting focus away from a linear sequence of facts. EchoTrace provides the B2B SaaS infrastructure necessary for this type of spatial historiography. The platform functions as a neutral scholarly commons, providing the access architecture for spatial data rather than publishing proprietary content, a role comparable to JSTOR or GitHub. Historical inquiry is anchored in physical reality. The prototype begins here, in the ruins of Al-Karak, using geography as the foundation for subsequent data layers. The platform serves as a navigation engine. Universities and research institutes license the framework and populate it with their own regional expertise and peer-reviewed archives. By visualizing the friction between competing historical accounts, the interface encourages users to evaluate how historical knowledge is constructed, rather than presenting a single narrative. The institutional model prioritizes university-level contracts over individual student sales, ensuring the platform remains integrated with academic infrastructure. Teaching strict causality, the claim that event A forced event B, is methodologically problematic. History occurs in complex environments where variables cannot be isolated, as they are in a laboratory. EchoTrace utilizes a correlative framework. It maps how geography, supply chain shifts, and human behavior intersect to create specific historical conditions. This map illustrates the fall of Constantinople in 1453. Blocked Mediterranean trade routes strongly correlate with a surge in Atlantic exploration funding. These intersecting nodes show Columbus's voyage was a systemic supply chain workaround, not an isolated event. To map these variables, the MOJD structure replaces abstract geometric axes with 4 pillars: location, timeframe, event, and perspectives. This enables the Z-axis moat, in-depth historian forensic profiles. Users can audit an author's political agenda, information access, and biases to evaluate the credibility of the evidence. Shifting from deterministic logic to geographic and economic correlation provides a superior framework for the academic detective user. To reach the market, EchoTrace separates its users, students and researchers, from its customers, which are the paying institutions. We bypass slow university procurement cycles by generating grassroots demand within the departments themselves. This conversion funnel tracks student discovery metrics. When students hit a usage wall, the platform generates quantitative data requests that are sent directly to university deans. This data provides metrics proving the tool fulfills critical thinking mandates. It's a high-level pitch designed to secure immediate institutional buy-in. Quantifying student engagement provides the evidence necessary to trigger institutional procurement. This chart shows the 4 primary B2B SaaS revenue streams. 60% of revenue comes from framework licensing, annual university subscriptions. Custom implementations account for 20%, providing project-based fees for museum exhibits. The data API accounts for 15%, licensing structured metadata to edtech developers. The remaining 5% comes from geographic expansion licenses, where institutions pay upfront fees to build regional corridors. For instance, a university like UCLA can license the framework to develop a specialized corridor for the Silk Road. UCLA provides the content expertise to map these Silk Road nodes, while we provide the navigation engine, the CMS, and the hosting infrastructure. This diversified model maintains high margins while offloading the high cost of content creation to the institutions themselves. Most digital humanities platforms fail because of the cost associated with creating proprietary educational content. The EchoTrace solution to this bottleneck is the data for discount model. Under this model, institutions trades their peer-reviewed library archives for lower licensing fees. This converts customers into primary content partners. This creates a defensible intellectual moat, allowing the database of verified historian metadata to scale without internal development costs. The distinction is clear. EchoTrace, the product, is a tool for correlative research, while EchoTrace, the company, is a scalable infrastructure provider. We maintain a philosophy of epistemic neutrality. The platform does not filter controversial sources or sanitize the historical record. Surfacing uncertainty and documenting bias are essential features of advanced inquiry. Transparency is the only defense against ideological capture. The vision is a globally interconnected network of scholarly corridors, where events across different places and times are forever linked. By separating the navigation engine from the content, EchoTrace bridges the gap between commercial viability and academic rigor. It achieves causality through transparency.